Alrighty, so back at it again. It's been a couple of days since I worked on this because I've been so busy with work. But yeah, in purchasing this, I've always known that there's a lot of things wrong with it. Originally, this came with the Vetter, I guess, front fairing that covered everything. And then also it had these giant luggage cases on the back and the sissy bar and all this stuff. And also, more specifically, the controls, I put that in, but originally it had forward controls, where there's a linkage and all that. But in looking at this a little further, see that puddle right there? It's coming off of this rubber shift seal right here, shift shaft seal. And so what I'm going to do is take this whole cover off, take this off, and I ordered some seals. And so I got the main gasket seal here, and then also the smaller rubber circular, if I can get this open here. Actually, no, these are the exhaust gaskets. That's not the one. What else is there in here? Yeah, I've just been collecting parts to do this thing, and maybe it's in here. No? Well, I'll find it in a second, then I'll get it on video. So I found it. It is a Honda original seal. And I'm going to put that on to replace this piece right there, and then also the gasket here to reseal the whole entire thing. And I'm also going to take the chain cover off, and then I'm going to clean up and degrease the gear that drives the chain. And also I got a new chain to replace as well. So once I get that cover off, clean up that sprocket right there, the first sprocket, clean it up, put the new chain on, lube it up. My rear wheel is pretty darn rusty, so I'm debating maybe I'll take that whole entire thing apart along with this, and then I guess clean it up, wire brush it. The tires look like to be in pretty good condition, so I might want to run those, but the spokes are fairly rusty, so I want to, you know, ride the crap out of the tires first before I decide to replace the whole entire thing and respoke it, do a new rim. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. First things first, I'll get the cover off of this shifter plate and get it all cleaned up, and new gaskets and all that. Yep. Alrighty, so back at it again. So I just got the I guess clutch cover, well, transmission clutch shifter cover off, whatever you want to call it. And see if I can zoom out a bit. So I got the cover off, and then also the chain guard part of it off. Chain guard goes in there. It's just held on by 2 bolts. And do keep in mind that the bolts are different length bolts. See if you can see here. One's slightly longer than the other. The longer one goes to the bolt up top there, shorter one's on the bottom. And the cover here, the shifter cover, wasn't sure if the bolts are different lengths, so I just kept them all in there. See, the bolts are still in there. So what I'm going to do is let this oil drain out of this shifter side here, and once it's fully drained out, I'm going to clean the surfaces, probably razor it a little bit, make sure all the old worn out gasket is off. And after that, I'm going to get the new gasket out of the packaging. I'm probably going to use some of this Ultra Black by Permatex. It's a gasket maker, but I just want to kind of put it on where the corners are, just to make sure. And primarily I'm going to go all around lightly, but for the most part, the bottom section go a little bit heavier along with this gasket, just to ensure that there's no leaks in the future. I don't want to have to reseal it anytime soon. And then this here, the Honda seal, I'm gonna pretty much push this one out, press this one in here, and that's gonna help ensure it not to leak in the future. Sun's just about setting here in Stockton, California, where I'm building this bike. So, and that's where I'm at right now. I'll probably have this buttoned up, and then I do want to paint these covers right here, maybe like a kind of like a matte black. Same thing with this. So I'll do that matte black, this matte black, and this whole cover of matte black. But I can't do this cover just yet until the gasket comes in. So I'm probably just gonna paint the first half and then hit that one after. Alrighty, so back at it again. What day is it? It is November the 13th, Saturday, 2020. Kind of cold out. Just look out there. The sun's kind of peeking out a little bit, but it's pretty cold. November. And getting back on this project here. So I did the front end conversion with the Cognito Moto steering stem, and with the 2008 Gixxer front end, Gixxer 1000 front end. So you can tell the difference. Oftentimes with the 1000, there is a black coating on the this part of the shock, and the other ones are actually like chrome colored. So the 1000s have this coating, and then it's super gold in color. But I noticed that it was leaking oil right here, so I'm going to change the dust cap, and then also the seal inside, and then put new fork oil. So I'm gonna do a whole entire service on it. I got the all balls seal and dust cap, so I'm gonna do that, clean it out. Just wanted to film it, document how to do it. Alrighty, so this is the setup. Actually the GSXR 1000 front fork rebuild. Replace the seals and the dust cap on the top here. So the old seal is this one here. For whatever reason, it started leaking, so we got all balls seal kit for it. And here's the new ones, brand new. And you just have to be mindful of the orientation and how it goes in there, and there's a clip holding it in. But I pumped this piston right here a bunch of times, drained out as much fluid as I could, and I actually even made myself a tool off of an old clip-on. So it just kind of goes around this tube, and that allows you to compress it, and then access this nut to twist this part off. Once that's off, then everything can come apart. So that's pretty much it. I guess just gotta reassemble it and do it all over again. And if you're wondering how I got it off, when I made that tool to hold on to that piece there, I used a ratcheting strap to hold on to those two bolts, and then I had the strap around the whole entire shock and then compressed it. Yep. So I'll get it back together now. Alrighty, so I cleaned it all out. Looks pretty good in there. And also, let me see. So that's the fork leg upside down. Gave that a good clean too. Let me set this back. So it's just a bare tube. This is going to be like that. But so you have this aluminum washer. Definitely aluminum. It's not stainless. Too light to be stainless. So put that in there. And then here's the new fork seal. Remember, the thick side, you see it? The thick side facing outside. You see how it's kind of hollow right here? So that's going to be inside. This is what's facing outside, okay? So I already kind of lubed it with, what is this? Honda Pro fork oil, 10 weight. And people are going to say, why don't you use 5 weight? Well, I don't need it that watery, because I'm not doing any kind of racing or anything like this. This is just cruising. So really, you could just push it in, and you can actually take your old seal, put it right on top, and then to give you more of a even pressure. I've seen people use a rubber mallet, which is fine too, just so long as it goes in evenly. So once you have it in there, it goes in, I don't know if you look at it at an angle, it'll be better. It goes in quite a ways, and it'll expose that ring where you can put your clip back in to lock it in place. Insert once. Like that. Yep, it's in there. Then you take the new dust seal. And just press it. So I got some Home Depot cardboard. It's like a packing box. I cut out a template of cardboard here. So what I did was, here's the actual piece that I ended up taping together. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, so it's just like that. So here's the hoop. You guys look at it. It's roughly 24 inches from here to the end right there, and there is a slight upsweep, if you can see that. So pretty much what I did was I put the cardboard on there, and I want a little bit of the frame showing. But pretty much what I'm going to do is cut it out of aluminum, and that'll be the seat pan. So lightweight aluminum, so it's going to have a little bit of a bend, just like that. And then I'll do a rear seat cowl like that, you know, and then I'll do the seat itself. So this is a piece of aluminum that I have as far as scrap from my old taco truck that I had, and so I'm about to trace it out with that Sharpie, and make the seat pan. I'll cut it out with the angle grinder. That's all I have. So hopefully I'll be able to get it on there, create the bend, and fit it up on there. I'll probably drill holes so that way I can mount it up. There's a hole here that I can probably mount, and I'll probably drill another hole there, nut on the back side, and I'm gonna probably do another strip that goes across here for rigidity. So I'll put it'll be 4 mounting points, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And up front, you know, I figure majority of the time you're going to be sitting. That this general area, the main